It was 11:59 p.m. Fireworks were already cracking across skylines from Beijing to Los Angeles. Red lanterns swayed in the winter wind. Families gathered around steaming tables of dumplings and rice cakes, waiting for midnight to officially welcome the Lunar New Year. And then, at exactly 12:03 a.m., Wang posted a photo. 5 minutes later, at 12:08 a.m., Xiao Zhan posted one too. The internet did not breathe again for the next 6 hours. The photos that lit the fuse. Wang Yibo's photo was simple at first glance. A quiet rooftop scene. Crimson fireworks blooming in the background. A low wooden table set with tea and oranges, symbols of luck and prosperity. He wore a dark sweater, sleeves pushed slightly up, expression calm, almost contemplative. The caption read, "New Year, new beginnings." Nothing unusual. Until 5 minutes later, Xiao Zhan's post appeared. Another rooftop. Another angle of fireworks. A nearly identical wooden table, same style. Same arrangement of oranges. Even the teacups looked eerily similar. He wore a light cream sweater, standing near the railing. His caption, "Grateful for the moments that matter." That was all it took. The 5-minute gap. 5 minutes. Fans immediately latched onto the timing. Was it coincidence? Scheduling? A shared countdown? Or something far more deliberate? Side-by-side comparisons flooded timelines within minutes. Zoomed-in screenshots highlighted identical skyline silhouettes. The curve of a distant building. The pattern of city lights in the background. Some swore the fireworks bursts matched perfectly when played simultaneously. Others argued perspective tricks were at play. But the 5-minute gap remained the loudest detail of all. The rooftop theory. By 12:30 a.m., a theory dominated fan discussions. They were on the same rooftop. Evidence? The wooden railing in both photos had a distinctive carved corner. The table's grain pattern appeared strikingly similar. A reflection in Wang Yibo's teacup showed a faint cream-colored sleeve that didn't match his own dark sweater. Fans circled it in red. Look closely. Zoom in. Whose sleeve is that? Meanwhile, in Xiao Zhan's photo, a faint shadow stretched across the table, taller than his visible silhouette suggested. Speculation exploded. Were they standing just outside each other's frames? The Lunar New Year context. Lunar New Year is not just another holiday. It's intimate, familial, symbolic. It's about reunion, which made the idea of them celebrating together even more powerful for fans who have followed their intertwined careers for years. Because whether through collaborations, shared public appearances, or coincidental event attendance, their names have long been linked in headlines and discussions. So the possibility of a private reunion, unannounced, unconfirmed, yet quietly hinted at, felt cinematic, like a scene written by fate. The deleted story. And then something happened that pushed the frenzy into overdrive. At 1:14 a.m., fans claimed Wang Yibo had briefly posted and then deleted a story showing a close-up of fireworks with laughter audible in the background. The clip lasted less than 2 minutes before disappearing. But not before someone's screen recorded it. In the faint audio, 2 distinct voices could allegedly be heard. One deeper, one lighter. A brief, overlapping laugh. The internet dissected the waveform like audio engineers. Enhance it. Slow it down. Is that Xiao Zhan's laugh? No confirmation. No denial. Just silence. The coordinated caption debate. Beyond visuals, fans turned to language. New beginnings. Moments that matter. Were the captions thematically connected? Some believed they formed a subtle dialogue, one about closure and continuity. Others argued they were generic holiday sentiments. But the poetic alignment felt too neat for coincidence. When 2 public figures post within minutes of each other on one of the most symbolic nights of the year, neutrality becomes difficult. Industry whispers. Entertainment bloggers began weighing in before dawn. Anonymous insiders hinted that both stars had cleared their schedules unusually early that evening. One tabloid suggested a private gathering in a high-rise known for celebrity residents. Another pointed out that neither posted family reunion photos, uncommon during Lunar New Year, when most celebrities share snapshots with parents or relatives. The absence of family images only intensified rooftop speculation. The body language breakdown. Experts, self-appointed and otherwise, analyzed posture and gaze direction. In Wang Yibo's photo, his eyes seemed angled slightly off-camera, as if looking at someone. In Xiao Zhan's, his soft half-smile appeared directed at something, or someone, just outside the frame. Fans synchronized the angles digitally, theorizing that if placed together, their eye lines would intersect. It was almost too perfect. Almost cinematic. The counterargument. Of course, not everyone was convinced. Skeptics pointed out that many luxury apartments in major cities share similar rooftop designs. Wooden tables and oranges are traditional New Year decorations. Fireworks look similar from any tall building. They argued that 5 minutes could easily be a scheduled post. Coincidences happen. But coincidences rarely trend worldwide within an hour. The silent strategy. By morning, both posts remained up. Neither star addressed the speculation. No clarifying comment. No playful dismissal. No explanation. And sometimes, silence is louder than confirmation. Because had it been entirely false, a simple clarification could have cooled the flames. Instead, the ambiguity lingered. And ambiguity feeds imagination. The fan reaction. Fan communities split into emotional camps. Some celebrated the possibility of a reunion, sharing edits of past collaborations layered over the rooftop photos. Others urged caution, warning against overinterpretation. But nearly everyone agreed on one thing. The timing was extraordinary. 5 minutes apart, on the most symbolic night of the year. With eerily similar visuals. It felt less like randomness and more like choreography. The bigger picture. Beyond speculation, the incident revealed something powerful about modern fandom culture. In the digital age, timing is narrative. A 5-minute gap becomes a storyline. A reflection becomes evidence. A deleted story becomes mystery. And 2 simple photos become an unfolding drama watched by millions in real time. It wasn't just about whether they were together. It was about what the possibility represented: continuity, connection, shared history. Fans project meaning onto moments because those moments feel personal. The aftermath. By the next evening, the frenzy hadn't died down. Hashtags remained active. Video analyses accumulated millions of views. Media outlets ran polls. Coincidence or celebration together? Yet neither Wang Yibo nor Xiao Zhan changed their captions. Neither removed their posts. The fireworks faded from the skyline, but the digital sparks kept flying. The truth revealed. So were they together? Here's what is undeniable. The posts were 5 minutes apart. The settings looked remarkably similar. A deleted story added intrigue. Neither confirmed nor denied the speculation. Everything beyond that remains interpretation. Perhaps they were in separate cities under similar skies. Perhaps they coordinated nothing at all. Or perhaps they chose to welcome the new year quietly, aware that even a single shared detail would ignite headlines. A night that felt like a movie. What makes this story so mind-blowing isn't a confirmed secret rendezvous. It's the cinematic quality of it all. 2 stars. 1 holiday. 5 minutes. Matching rooftops. And a fandom watching every pixel. In another era, such a moment would have passed unnoticed. But in 2026, every second is documented. Every reflection is zoomed. Every pause is analyzed. Whether coincidence or carefully timed symbolism, one thing is certain. At 12:03 and 12:08 a.m., the Lunar New Year gained an unexpected subplot. And sometimes, the magic isn't in proving what happened. It's in the possibility that something quietly beautiful might have. As the fireworks faded into smoke and morning light crept across city skylines, one question lingered in millions of minds. Was it just perfect timing? Or was it a shared midnight under the same sky? It was 11:59 p.m. Fireworks were already cracking across skylines from Beijing to Los Angeles. Red lanterns swayed in the winter wind. Families gathered around steaming tables of dumplings and rice cakes, waiting for midnight to officially welcome the Lunar New Year. And then, at exactly 12:03 a.m., Wang Yibo posted a photo. 5 minutes later, at 12:08 a.m., Xiao Zhan posted one too. The internet did not breathe again for the next 6 hours. The photos that lit the fuse. Wang Yibo's photo was simple at first glance. A quiet rooftop SCE. New Year. No. The 5-minute gap didn't just spark curiosity. It detonated a digital wildfire. At 12:03 a.m., when Wang Yibo's Lunar New Year photo went live, fans reacted the way they always do. Heart emojis, festive wishes, comments about how calm and handsome he looked against the explosion of fireworks behind him. The rooftop glowed crimson. Lantern light reflected softly on the wooden table. Steam rose faintly from a teacup near his hand. It felt intimate, almost cinematic, like a quiet pause before the chaos of the new year truly began. Then the clock ticked forward. 12:08 a.m. And Xiao Zhan posted. The mood online shifted instantly. Because this wasn't just another holiday greeting. This was timing. The exact 5 minutes. Fans began replaying the timeline obsessively. 12:03. 12:08. Not 4 minutes. Not 6. 5. The precision felt intentional. Too clean to be accidental. Some argued it could be scheduled posts, but scheduled posts rarely land exactly at 5-minute intervals unless carefully arranged. And on Lunar New Year's midnight, that detail mattered. One fan account overlaid both timestamps on a split-screen graphic. The image went viral within 20 minutes. Coincidence? The caption asked. The internet answered with 200,000 retweets. The rooftop atmosphere. Look closer at Wang Yibo's photo. The fireworks behind him weren't random bursts. They formed a fan-shaped cascade slightly to the left of frame. The skyline beneath them had a distinct triangular building outline, barely visible but sharp enough to identify. Now look at Xiao Zhan's. Different angle, but the same triangular silhouette appears faintly over his shoulder. Fans circled it in red. Side-by-side comparisons flooded timelines. The wooden table? Identical height. Similar grain pattern. Same arrangement of oranges placed in a neat trio near the edge. The railing design? Minimalist, dark-stained wood with a subtle beveled corner. Same rooftop. One trending thread declared confidently. Others weren't so sure. But certainty wasn't necessary. The atmosphere was electric. The reflection theory. Then came the detail that sent chills down the fandom's spine. In Wang Yibo's photo, zoomed in at 400%, a faint reflection appeared in the polished teacup surface. A pale blur, a hint of light fabric. He was wearing dark clothing. So who, or what, was reflected? Screenshots circulated with arrows pointing at the cup. Is that a cream sweater? Minutes later, someone zoomed into Xiao Zhan's photo and pointed out a shadow stretching across the table, slightly longer than his visible frame would suggest. Were they standing just outside each other's shots? The possibility felt cinematic. Like two actors deliberately avoiding a shared frame while still occupying the same scene. Midnight energy. Lunar New Year midnight carries a unique electricity. Families gather close. Firecrackers snap in the streets. The air smells faintly of smoke and citrus. Imagine that rooftop. Cold night air brushing against sleeves. Fireworks bursting above. The sound echoing off high-rise glass. Now, imagine two figures standing there. One posts at 12:03. The other waits. 5 minutes. Long enough for the first photo to trend. Short enough to feel connected. If it was coincidence, it was breathtakingly poetic. If it wasn't, it was brilliantly subtle. The caption conversation. New year. New beginnings. Grateful for the moments that matter. Fans read them like dialogue. One speaking of starting fresh. The other emphasizing shared time. Were the captions independent thoughts? Or fragments of a quiet conversation? Fan editors layered the words together in aesthetic graphics set against slow-motion fireworks and piano instrumentals. It felt less like speculation and more like storytelling. The deleted fireworks clip. And then, just as the frenzy peaked, reports emerged of a brief Instagram story from Wang that vanished almost instantly. A shaky video of fireworks. Laughter in the background. Two distinct tones overlapping. Was it him and someone else? Was it just friends? Or was it the person who had posted 5 minutes later? The clip disappeared before most people saw it. But in the digital era, nothing disappears completely. A screen recording surfaced. Fans isolated the audio, slowed it down, amplified it. This laugh, compare it to Xiao Zhan's 2024 interview. Threads multiplied. The speculation deepened. The psychological hook. Why did 5 minutes feel so monumental? Because timing creates narrative. If they had posted hours apart, no one would question it. If the settings were drastically different, no one would analyze it. But 5 minutes at midnight, on Lunar New Year, combined with nearly mirrored visuals? It was the perfect storm. Not loud enough to confirm anything. Not distant enough to dismiss. Just balanced perfectly between coincidence and intention. And that balance is addictive. The silence that sustained it. By sunrise, media outlets had already picked up the story. Polls appeared. Together or just timing? Yet neither Wang nor Xiao Zhan edited their posts. No clarifications. No jokes. No denials. That silence allowed the moment to stretch. Because once something is denied, it collapses into fact. But when left unanswered, it lingers in possibility. And possibility is far more powerful. A shared sky. Whether they stood meters apart or miles away, one thing is undeniable. At midnight, under exploding fireworks, both chose to post within 5 minutes of each other. Both chose rooftop solitude instead of family dinner imagery. Both chose intimate, reflective captions instead of celebratory chaos. It felt coordinated, even if it wasn't. It felt cinematic, even if it was accidental. And that's why the moment refuses to fade. Because sometimes the magic isn't in proof. It's in timing. 5 minutes. 2 posts. 1 midnight sky. And a fandom that will never look at timestamps the same way again.